Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Thursday, April the 13th, 2023. Thursday, April the 13th. Well, not a lot of movement, really, y'all. It wasn't, man. Okay, we have Abby moving into the penthouse with Devon. She's talking about, do I need to rent one of the apartments downstairs just for storage? Okay. Well, why would you rent it? Devon owns the building. You mean, hey, honey, you got an extra apartment downstairs I could use for storage? That's how that would go, right? But anyway, he bought her all kind of different flowers and they had champagne, welcoming her to her new home. And he gave her a present, a nice set of keys. So they're happy. And you know what, y'all? They actually looked happy. They looked happy together, looking around their place. He goes, now, I can't promise flowers every day, but for this special day, you know, the sky's the limit. So Abby's happy. And of course, they have a makeout session. I'm telling you, y'all, Abby's going to end up pregnant. She is going to end up pregnant by Devon. I feel it in my bones. I really, really do. So that was them. Then we had conversation with, let's see. Oh, so Victoria doesn't have her eyes set on taking Chancellor Winters again. It's some other company, large company. She was going over the facts with Nate. Excellent prospectus. The great room for growth, excellent addition to the Newman Empire. So she's like, I just wanted to make sure, so we're in agreement. We'll get it. Tomorrow I'll put everything in the works. So I'm thinking about it, and I thought, you are discussing that with the wrong CO something, right? That kind of conversation, for one, should have been had with her co-CEO, her mother, and her COO, her Chief Operating Officer, Nick. Nate is the CEO of her media company. He doesn't help her make acquisition decisions, right? I'm like, wow, Victoria. And she goes, okay, so business is over. I bought us some more expensive, whatever the brown alcohol was she bought, right? Oh, so they're drinking and drinking. And see, now it's an excuse. Nate is going to happily use that excuse to jump her bones. And jump he did, everybody. Jump he did. Because, he got in her face. He goes, she goes, do you like it? And he goes, yes, I love this vintage. And he goes, and I like what I see, or something like that. He's looking at her and he goes, and I believe in having or going after what I want. And so she goes coyly, well, you resisted before. And he goes, well, I'm not resisting now. Of course, they got to slap stuff off of the hard desktop. They were on a couch. A couch. Why would you go to a desktop? Take a line from all the CEOs of Newman Media. Use the couch. It'll be more comfortable, right? So, Victoria's just moaning and groaning. Thank goodness Elena didn't come up, because Audra was on her way to the elevator and thought she heard something. That's how loud Victoria was. She heard something hit the ground and everything. So she goes over to the door and she's listening to the moaning and the oh and the ah. And she's like, I knew it. Oh, I've got my work cut out for me. Yeah, you do. Got your work cut out for you, Audra. Right? So there they go. And I was like, okay, I knew it was only a matter of time, period. Just a tiny matter of time with that. So then we had a bunch of, stuff at the breakup of the of the ending of Phyllis's memorial service. Summer point blank puts Diane on the spot. and says, Diane, everybody else has said something except for you. And she sits at the table and she looks like, wait, what? Like, why would you want me to say something? So she goes, and Jack goes, Summer, I don't think it's appropriate for Diane. She goes, no, Jack. Diane has had plenty to say about my mother. She had plenty to say about her the night she died. I'm sure, Diane, you could think of something. And Kyle is just like, ooh, right? So Diane stands up and first she goes, well, look, Victor hasn't spoken. And Victor says, I will say my own words privately to my granddaughter. And she goes, I'll take the cue from Victor. Summer goes, no, Diane, I think you can say something. So she's like, well, well, so she says one thing about Phyllis, she loved her children. She just came up with all she could come up with is she loved her children. That was clear. And she's muttering like she don't know what else to say. She couldn't stand Phyllis, right? And when Summer put Diane on the spot, Phyllis is standing in the corner. She says, way to go, Summer. Way to go. Like put her in the hot seat. Way to go. Right? So at that point, it was getting very awkward. And Daniel stands up. He goes, you know what? I guess it's my cue to talk. So he comes up to the front with his sister and he says some heartfelt words about his mother. And Phyllis was really touched, realizing how much her kids loved her and everything. And when Daniel came up, he's so funny. Summer is looking like a pouty brat. She's pouting, looking at Diane. Like, I'm so mad. Yeah. So I'm thinking, oh my goodness, Summer, right? So then it's all said and done. And pretty much, I think a little, no, I think that was it. Daniel may have been, no, Danny stands up. And he talks about, when he looks at Daniel, he sees his mother's spirit. He sees Phyllis's spirit. He says, instead of me coming up saying a few words, I've written a song, or I would like to sing a song in honor of Phyllis. So Daniel goes to the piano and he plays and sings a great song, really touching, right? And then that pretty much concludes it. So everything is about to be over, and Chance comes up because he got his warrant. They found some letter allegedly that Phyllis wrote to Diane, that Diane had in her stuff, saying, Phyllis saying that, I know who you are, and if it's the last thing I do, I'm going to make sure you don't marry Jack, and you came in. So it almost looks like Diane got rid of her because she wanted to make sure she could marry Jack. So they put that letter into evidence, and then they alert Chance that they got some more evidence, right? A motive letter. So Chance says, Diane, can we go outside? Can I have a moment? And she's like, about what? And he goes, let's just go outside. Jack says, this is a memorial service. This is not the time or the place. And so Kyle jumps in too. No, whatever whatever you want to do can wait. Oh, they're telling the police that, right? As if they control the police. And so Chance says, Diane, no, it can't. And so Diane looks at Jack. She goes, I want to go home. Can we just go home? Take me home. And so Jack goes, can you just meet us over to the house, Chance? And he goes, you know what? I tried to do it privately, but I'll do it right here. Diane Jenkins, you're under arrest for the murder of Phyllis Summers. And Summer was looking like, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I knew you were the one behind it. I knew, she's, and Kyle's like, wait, what? And Jack's like, wait, what? And Diane, of course, is, I'm innocent. Diane and innocent, that's a laugh and a joke. But in this case, she is innocent, right? She's saying I'm innocent, just like all those decades ago, Phyllis said she was innocent of the murder of Diane. Nikki was saying she was innocent of the murder of Diane. And then there was a couple other folks that were suspects at first. Everybody's saying they're innocent. And guess what, y'all? They were innocent, right? Poor Diane. So as she's there, the officer's getting ready to usher her out. Michael's standing there. Michael, you have to help me, Michael. And so Lauren kind of stands closer up in front of Michael and she looks at him. She goes, I know you are not about to represent the woman that's being arrested for the murder of your friend. And Michael looked at Diane and said, Diane, do not say anything to anyone. I'm sorry, I have to turn you down. But Jack can get you a very good lawyer. Okay? Michael, but Michael. And she goes, I can't, Diane. But don't say anyone until a lawyer is present with you when the police question you. And Lauren looked like, yeah, you better have. Because, oh, no. We ain't having that. Right? So they usher Diane out and Jack says, I'll be right behind you. And so Kyle is, going to Summer. Summer says, listen, go to the police station, Kyle. My dad is here with me. Go take care, go handle your business. So Kyle goes off, right? And Michael and Lauren leave. And Summer is just looking at the portrait of Phyllis because Daniel, Danny, and Lily and Lucy, they already left to go have dinner. They're a society. And then together. So they're together and they're gone. So they're not a part of this. So what's crazy? Phyllis is the only one in that room. She slowly walks down the little stairs and walks over to the portrait. Summer could have come back for her purse. Anybody could have come back in that room for anything, and Phyllis would have been there dead front and center. But of course, nope, nobody. She was undetected, just stealthy, right? So she was just kind of looking at the portrait, trying to figure out what is going to be her next move, because she truly hates seeing her children hurting like this. She really does. She didn't bank on that, right? Phyllis doesn't think ahead. She just doesn't at all. So that was it. Hopefully tomorrow we got some good stuff going on, but Young and the Restless doesn't have Cliffhanger Friday, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. But let's go to Comment Corner. We have a couple of comments. Cynthia says, Tess with Phyllis is not going to work. What do you mean by Tess with Phyllis? I don't understand that part. Maybe this plan with Phyllis, it ain't gonna work because it's not. Phyllis is already having second, third, fourth, fifth regrets, right, on what she's done. And Libby says, Daily Recap lady, shame on you. You gave me a bad habit. I've started skipping through all these boring speeches. I can't stand any of the storylines, so I don't have much to comment, except I can't wait to see them haul Diane off in cuffs and haul them off we saw today. Yes. About Phyllis, I think makeup has been added and some prosthetics to her nose and her chin. I'm too lazy to capture a couple of screenshots to compare. Everyone subscribe. Thank you, Libby, for the subscribe. But you know what? I didn't see any prosthetics, and I'm too lazy to go back and compare as well. All I know is I look over there and I can see that's Phyllis standing there in the corner. Period. I see it right off. So anyway, everybody, thank you for the comments, Libby and Cynthia. And we will be back tomorrow for another daily recap for The Young and the Restless.